Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto content. And just before we jump into this video, I just want to let you guys know that the buy one get one 25% off sale is still going on right now on the Crypto Posters website. Link will be down in the description below as well as in the comments below, and you can get yourselves one of these many posters that we do have on here, as well as this XRP infamous 589 poster. They are all 16 by 20, just to let you guys know, as I do know a lot of people were concerned about that. Oh, sorry, the screen just went black, but there we go, we fixed it. But yes, they are 16 by 20 inches for anybody who wanted to know. But I want to talk to you guys a little bit about this video that I seen. We're going to get more into the chart here in a second, but I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about the Squawk Box with Gary Gensler. Now, I thought this was actually very funny. Personally, I don't like Squawk Box just because I don't think that, a lot of these people know what they're actually talking about. But listen to this closely.
I'm watching Bitcoin, and I'm not tying it to anything that you're saying, but I got to tell you that having a regulator or a government official just that knows what he's talking about in a calm manner, I think it's helping allay some fears that you turn on the light when you look into an abyss. But my question is, you're a professor, you know how to teach people. Did you ever think of maybe, I don't know, just sending out an email to some of your colleagues in D.C., whether it be at the Fed or in Congress or wherever, and just saying, hey, I'm going to give a little seminar on what crypto actually is. Have you thought about doing that? Because I see things from people in a position to do things that show almost a zero lack of understanding of what we're dealing with here. Well, why don't you offer to do that, to educate some of your associates down in D.C.?
Well, you're kind. I learn every day from talking to my colleagues.
You learn what they don't know.
Let me just say, I've had wonderful one-on-one discussions with both senators and members of the House, sometimes in group sessions. I don't want to share, but I compliment
senators
those
and
that
Treasury secretaries
for discussion on crypto.
Fed chairs, Treasury secretaries, senators, all everywhere then.
Secretary Yellen convened a terrific meeting where we talked about stable value coins, and my colleagues, Chair Powell was in the room, and Yellen and McWilliams, and Chair Benham. I mean, we were there, the President's Working Group. We had a really engaged discussion that she chaired.
So, first off, I just want to say, I find it extremely hard to listen to Joe Kernan whenever he talks about cryptocurrencies, to be completely honest with you. I just think that he has I would say, a very low understanding of crypto, and even when he talks about XRP, like whenever he had Brad Garlinghouse on, and he talked to him, the signs were so clear that he just doesn't know anything about crypto. And I love how he's talking to Gary Gensler and, pretty much saying, a lot of these people don't know about crypto, but he's one of them included. But also, we even see that Gary Gensler, when he's trying to talk about it, he's kind of just footnoting around the big elephant in the room, which is XRP and Ripple. Like, that is the biggest problem right now in this space. Like, we have an asset that is actually under scrutinization for being exactly what it's not, in terms of, speculation from the SEC. They think that XRP is a security, but we all know that it's not, especially when comparing it to something like Ethereum or even Bitcoin. Now, of course, those are commodities, but hey, it is what it is. I don't think that, when we look at these assets, that they should ever be looked at as, anything other than a security. I mean, Bitcoin, on the other hand, doesn't really have too much proof of being a security, but again, there's no real clarity for that reasoning either. But Ethereum, on the other hand, did hold an ICO, and they did sell Ethereum, so I don't understand why that is not in question. But we do see here, why is Ripple staying in the U.S.? CEO Brad Garlinghouse explains. We do see here, to some degree, Ripple is already moving out of the U.S., says Brad Garlinghouse. Now, we've been seeing them kind of move over into Europe a lot more. We do see here that the CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, who joined the Aspen Institute's virtual forum earlier today on video conferencing app Zoom, said that the distributed ledger company is already to some degree moving out of the States by hiring more people in the countries. We do see here still the chief executive claims that Ripple is not willing to give up on the U.S. just yet. Should we fully give it up on the U.S., I'm not willing to go there just yet. Garlinghouse once again stressed that the U.S. is late to the party when it comes to cryptocurrency regulation, decrying the lack of clarity. And, it is absolutely... It's so funny to me that the U.S. strives themselves on, being this power country. Oh, we're, this, that, whatever. But we are always late in terms of adoption for these incredible assets. Crypto has the power to truly change and reshape finance, to reshape multiple industries around the world. And we see it happening overseas. We see it happening in Japan. We see it happening in India. We see it happening, everywhere but the U.S. And I think that's the biggest struggle with even, Garlinghouse when he's, talking about this stuff. And I could see the frustration with him, and I could even see the frustration with anybody who holds XRP as well, because I myself am frustrated because we should have regulatory clarity already, just like Japan already has it. XRP is accepted around the world except for the U.S. We do see even here, right, in October 2020, less than 3 months before the SEC lawsuit hit, Ripple co-founder Chris Larsen publicly revealed that the company's plan to relocate its headquarters to a crypto-friendlier jurisdiction. Garlinghouse later confirmed those intentions. They're talking about Japan. That might be a big contender. UK, Switzerland, Singapore, and even the UAE, where Ripple opened a regional headquarters in November, were also under consideration. So, who knows? They're not giving up on the U.S. just yet, but they are currently kind of, making plans to move out of the U.S. Now, I'm just telling you guys right now, if Ripple moves out of the U.S. and no longer kind of partakes in any sort of, U.S. department, we are going to lose a lot of monetary power. And I'm just telling you guys that right now, because if we don't grasp the idea of what the future holds for finance, we're going to get left behind. Now, I also want to show you guys this a little bit. Now, this is Ripple's blueprint to modernize Europe's payments infrastructure, which we've kind of discussed a little bit. I don't have an account, so let me pause this real quick, and then I will pretty much get back to this. All right, so we're back. Sorry about that. But we do see down here that their plans are overall to get back into that visionary aspect of those ODL payments and stuff like that. I don't know if they actually... All right, so they don't show us any images of their plans or the blueprints themselves, but we do see here the challenges with today's underlying payments and banking infrastructure are widespread and centered around outdated technologies that are slow to transact, incur high fees, lack transparency as well. Now, this is going back to even Cindy Young. She's basically talking about this. She is the London-based managing director for Ripple in Europe. Now, if we do come down here, we could say it's clear we've hit an inflection point in the financial services industry. The companies that aren't thinking about adopting some type of crypto strategy will inevitably be left behind. Guys, it's so clear at this point, to be honest. Like, we need crypto. RippleNet started out with a focus on remittances because there was significant friction that was underserved by current financial system for remitters. Young said, new services for the age of open banking and embedded payments are designed to enable faster payments and credit for small merchants, she added. If we come down here, working like send now, pay later service, crypto line of credit allows a small business to access credit from Ripple, which locks in a rate for cross-border transfer. Ripple uses XRP as a bridge between two different currencies to support faster processing for transactions between two countries. Like I said, that ODL service is incredible. We do see down here, Ripple has expanded on-demand liquidity to other markets such as Japan. Last week, Ripple opened an XRP to traditional currency transfer corridor between Japan and Philippines. We already talked about that a little bit. They're unlocking that trapped capital, Nasho Vostro accounts, which we talked about with Swift. I think XRP is a great asset to disrupt SWIFT. We do see here open banking complements and shares our vision. Young said the ultimate objective of the UK's open banking and the EU's PSD2 regulations are to provide people with greater choice, value, and access to financial services. We're also talking about, basically leaving. She left MasterCard for 5 years in an industry that is still largely using infrastructure built before the internet to process cross-border payments. This traditional model no longer works for the modern world. Completely agree. I do think that we need to find something better. Blockchain can help companies catch up. For example, a payment service provider can initiate a payment from a consumer's bank account in a country such as UK via an application programming interface. The consumer authorizes, then use RippleNet to send the funds to the Philippines in seconds. The next step is to use Europe's PSD2 regulations, emerging standards in other countries, and general trends towards bank/fintech data sharing to expand beyond payments, according to Young. A lot of interesting thing here talking about open banking. The goal is to enable the world where value flows as easily as information on the internet. This is getting very interesting, particularly in Europe, despite the introduction of the euro as the common currency in 1999 and many EU initiatives. Cross-border payments remain a challenge and a patchy, painful experience in many parts of the region. We're talking about, pretty much disrupting this entire thing. We're seeing Ripple's offering an alternative to the SWIFT rail as SWIFT works to improve its own ability to enable fast cross-border payments. We are seeing SWIFT Go kind of launch, which I don't think that is, pretty much going to do anything too crazy because it is only lowering rates for cross-border payments under $10,000. And if you guys don't know, B2B, those payments are well above $10,000. We do see here Ripple has been making a jump into embedded finance. Some call the banking as a service or a contextual banking. We do see people make an example out of Uber where the payment is connected to everything. If you want to run a shop that sells bikes, you have to take care of the store, the supply chain, sell bikes, and do maintenance. All of these things led to collecting and making payments. So we do see here someone who is opening a physical store also has to figure out how many digital channels they want to be in, and an embedded fintech provider does that for you. So this is unlocking a whole new kind of door for XRP as well. These embedded payments are pretty cool to think about as well. But also, I do think that when we talk about this entire sort of blueprint to modernize Europe, I think that is a huge market. If you guys don't know how big of a market that is, I mean, we're already kind of talking about them ramping this service up already, even going back to the Japan sort of thing. I think that it's great, honestly. I think that at some point in time, we are going to see a lot more of that HODL service really kind of ramp up. And I do think that it's only a matter of time before we do see the true value really unlocked. But, the European economy is incredible. I think that, we could really kind of benefit from being set up over there instead of in the US. Like, the US does not power everything. And honestly, I think that Ripple and XRP will benefit greatly from kind of moving over there and really kind of taking way, or I should say just kind of disrupting that entire system over there. But let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments below. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, and turn notifications on. If you guys do want more free content, you guys can follow me on Twitter. You guys can also join the free Discord down in the description below. I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out.